Christmas Carol, Stephen Moffat's first special as showrunner, and honestly, what a decent Christmas special he made. I think it's nice for a popular show to take on a twist on a classic story. I could explain the story, but unless you've seen or read the original Charles Dickens book, then you know what's going to happen, but here it is. Amy Pond and Rory Williams are trapped on a crashing spaceship, and the only way the Doctor can rescue them is to change the soul of a lonely old miser. But is the richest man in Sardic town, Kazran Sardic, beyond redemption? And what is lurking in the fogs of Christmas Eve? I'm going to be honest, this is my favourite Matt Smith special. Not my favourite Christmas special overall, but it's my favourite Matt Smith special. I enjoyed Series 5 in 2010, and I was really looking forward to this special the moment I found out what the title was, who would be involved, and when I saw the trailer. Christmas Carol is one of my favourite Christmas stories of all time, and I get a bit of nostalgia from every single adaptation of it that came out. And seeing Doctor Who trying it out is actually interesting to take a look at. I mean, when it comes to the ghosts of past, present and future, what better way to make a take on it than to have a madman with a time machine? I think Matt Smith's childish fun boy humour fits well in a Christmas special, whether it's unusual down the chimney entrance, riding a shark on a sleigh, or having an affair with Marilyn Monroe off screen. But like David Tennant, I also like the serious take, like when he is confronting Kazran as an old man or child, but especially when showing his younger self his future. Which, I'm not going to lie, is a brilliant twist on the scene. Okay, I almost went fanboy when I heard Michael Gambon was going to appear as a Scrooge-like character, because I thought he might fit into that character well. And, for the most part, he does. Well, I don't understand why he's doing all these bad deeds, but how they try to show his backstory actually makes sense, since he has been raised by a pretty abusive, strict father, also played by Michael Gambon. Kind of makes sense that it's actually pretty creepy. To me, I didn't know much about Katherine Jenkins at the time. All that I knew is that she's a singer. But then again, I didn't know much about Kylie Minogue when she was in Doctor Who, so why should I need to complain about that? It is pretty obvious she is only there to sing throughout the episode. Not to say she isn't a bad singer, I mean she is actually pretty good, but since this is her acting debut, when she is not singing, I really didn't understand her character. But she was okay. I mean, her relationship with Kazran is pretty sweet, and I guess her backstory about keeping her in an icebox is kind of sad, or it would have been if it was explained a bit more. Now, the idea of fish flying in the air does sound pretty stupid, but it is actually a pretty fun concept. It is cool to see fish floating in the air or the shark flying a sleigh. Yeah, even though it's pretty stupid, and the CGI is not that well rendered, but somehow I actually liked this image. I guess I could continue with what else is good with this special, but this video would take forever, so I'll just say production work was really good. You name it, the visuals, the cinematography, the effects, the sets, the costumes, all good. Does it have problems? Well, a few. I guess one of the nitpicks evolves around the fact that it's based on the Dickens novel, which by the way is an incredible read, and if you haven't read it, then you have to, because it's a classic for a reason. The problem is that it's been done a dozen times in film, theatre or television. Either you've heard the words before or seen the story before, and you will probably need to hold a checklist to mark off when the plot points happen, like when Scrooge might say decrease the service population, or when the ghosts might turn up, or when Kazran might change his mind. But to this episode's credit, what they change and make different is actually impressive, especially when it comes to the time travel aspect and history being rewritten. While it is nice to see Amy and Rory again after their wedding in Series 5, and yeah, it is pretty nice to see them in their outfits, even though it's probably fan service, they don't really serve a purpose in this special. I guess they do work as the Ghost of Christmas Present, but overall they're just a plot device to drive the story forward, and I can't remember anything else that they do that stands out to me. And while I do like the soundtrack and the new songs, I think that there are some moments that didn't need to have any music, whether it's the scenes with Kazran and Katherine Jenkins, or when Kazran is watching his life being written. And to be honest, while the aspect of having the TARDIS change a bitter old man's past is a good one, is a good idea, I think I would have liked to see it gone wrong. Whether the Doctor has actually made his life even more worse, which I think Moffat was trying to get, but then suddenly took a different turn. And while Moffat has written this special with so much confidence, as he continued writing it, he forgot about the characters' motivations and their eternal dilemmas, which are the key elements in the special, which is actually based on a well-known Christmas story. But all those aside, I still enjoyed this special, and I wouldn't mind watching this every Christmas. Some people say that this special is the start of Series 6, but no, I don't think so. I'd say this is the conclusion to Series 5, because like the Christmas Invasion, it ends the 11th Doctor's first year with a decent Christmas, and it actually got us wanting to see more of him. When it comes to making a twist on a well-known classic story, this one's actually not that bad. The characters are likable, the story is fun, and overall you do get a sense of Christmas spirit whilst watching this episode. So in a way, it's worth recommending to check out. Be sure to check out this Christmas special for yourself and have fun riding on this one-horse open sleigh. Or one shark open sleigh.